Hey guys, let's talk about Amazon basses. Okay, so what this video is going to be about, it's going to be a quick one, I say that every time, is Amazon basses. There's a bunch of brandings there, and last year when I was kind of putting my studio together and purchasing different things and all that, I realized that I was going to need a bass for my studio. I don't really play bass. You know, I'm not really good at bass. I play drums and guitar, but I don't really play bass. But I knew for my studio I was going to need one to lay down some bass tracks when I'm recording songs and stuff. So I started shopping for them, and right away I figured that like a Squire or something would be the cheap way to go. But the Squires were more than I thought that they would be, and they're probably very nice for the money too. Started looking at some Ibanez ones because some of their lower models are very nice. I've played those, and you can get one used at a very reasonable price. But as I was looking around and everything, I stumbled upon, you know, these Glarry basses and guitars. And so I started looking on Amazon at those, and like we all do, like you're probably doing right now watching this video, I scour YouTube and watched videos on these basses, and you know, people just reviewing them and talking about them, and I decided that that would be the right thing for me. And in watching those videos and then what I've seen on Amazon is that there seem to be a bunch of them coming from like these factories that are branded as different stuff. It seems from what I've looked at, the Glarry stuff will have Glarry stamped on it. And then there's another brand that they call Ktaxon, K-T-A-X-O-N, Ktaxon. And most of the Ktaxon ones, they're exactly like the Glarrys. They just usually don't have anything on here. This bass is a friend of my daughter's. I had seen her bring it over here a few times, just kind of out of the corner of my eye. I saw that it was kind of a precision looking bass, and I figured it was a Squire or a Fender or something. But I told her I had a pack of bass strings that I wasn't using, and I told her, like, just for some content for my channel, if she wanted to bring it over and have me restring it, clean it up, restring it, set it up, kind of, could make it play better for her. And so she finally got it over here to me. I feel like this is probably one of those Amazon basses, maybe Ktaxon or, you know, whatever, because if you go look it up on Amazon, they look just like this. You know, they look just like a Fender or Squire. It's a precision-based copy, but the headstock looks like that. I haven't had my daughter ask her if that's exactly where they got it from, but it's what it looks like to me. So today I'm gonna do all that stuff to this bass, but I'm not gonna show you all of that. I probably will just show you a few clips and then kind of like how it ends up, just so this will be short and I don't want to bore you to death. But I'll also show you my basses that I ended up getting. I mean, the first one I got was a Glarry. It's a 6-string. These are sort of in the style of Ibanez, I think, because I mean the headstocks are similar and the body is similar and has 2 pickups and everything. But like this bass, and I will say, I mean, all these necks, it's almost like an unfinished kind of feel to it. I mean, I'm sure it's not bare wood. There's probably like a sand and seal kind of thing on it, but it feels bare, which I like. I like that feeling. I checked these when I bought them for like fret rocking and straightness and all that, and they were good. And I got the action really low for a bass. I mean, I don't know how low you want action on a bass, but I mean, you want it where it plays nice, you know. And so this was the first one I got, and I just kind of got excited at the prices, and so I got a 6-string. This one was 97 bucks with taxes and shipping to my door, $97. I mean, you can't beat that. And for my purposes, where I'm not a bass player, and I just really kind of needed one for my studio, something like this one and this one, I got another one too, are perfect. And the quality is good, the paint's good, the finish is good. Like I said, I set it up real nice. It stays in tune so far as what I've been playing it. And so I got that one and was real excited about that. As I started to use it a little bit, I kind of got the feeling that I probably would also want a 4-string bass, just to have kind of a standard 4-string bass. So I ended up buying this one, and it's the same as that one. It's just a 4-string. You know, it's got the split pickup and single, and it's the same thing. It's kind of an Ibanez copy, but it's a Glarry. Same kind of Ibanez body, same quality, fit, finish. I mean, smooth neck. This one was $84, taxes and shipping, 84 bucks. And I mean, I don't think at these price points, there's not a better value that I can find anywhere. Brand new, not used. So I got that one. And you know, if you're watching this video, or if you're watching any of the videos that deal with the Glarrys or the Ktaxons, and I haven't played a Glarry guitar. I kind of want to. I've seen some videos on them, and I would kind of like to play around with a Glarry guitar. I probably will eventually, because they're super cheap too. They make Strats and Tellies and all kind of several bodies. But if you're watching this or any video like this, you're probably doing what I was doing last year. You're interested in this, and you just want to see some people talking about them, people who own them. And I saw videos last year when I was researching it by guys who were bass players, who bought them to seriously play them, and who liked them, said the same things I'm saying. You know, I mean, you could get this, and if you're a bass player, I mean, you can use it to carry around to your practices and gigs and throw it around and like not really worry about it. You know, where you're not taking a several $1,000 instrument into a gig and, you know, have to worry so much about it. But I'm gonna say all the things that I saw them saying. I mean, they're fine for the money. They're real good for the money. This one, like I said, seems to be, I mean, there's absolutely no branding on it, but it's got that same unfinished kind of feel neck, same kind of paint. It's like a Fender Precision style, but with a headstock that won't get them sued. I also noticed when she brought this one in, she had broken one of the tuners at some point, and I was just going to leave it as is and do it with a flathead screwdriver, but my daughter mentioned it to her, and she said she had been doing it with a quarter, which is kind of ingenious. You really could almost super glue a quarter in here and just gone with that. But what I did was I went ahead and ordered her another one, and I got it off of Amazon, and you can buy these in sets of 4, or you can buy a single. I think the single tuner was under $10, and it's exactly the same tuner. So I'm going to replace that. I'm going to restring it. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to polish these frets, oil, you know, clean and oil the fretboard, restring it, clean it off. It's kind of grungy, you know, dust and stuff all up under there. And I'm just going to kind of clean it all up for her, set it up and everything, and it'll be as good as these, and which is good for the money. This one, I was seeing this one on Amazon when I was looking them up. I mean, I think they're in the 60-ish, 60-something-ish range. A lot of times you'll see this with a little amp and stuff. And I asked my daughter if her friend had an amp with this, and she said she thought so. But I think for right at $100, you can get the bass and an amp and a strap and a little cheap case. Mine came with these gig bags that are hardly worthy of being called gig bags. They're more like a windbreaker jacket material. But so I'm going to do that. I'll show a few clips of that. I'll show it afterwards. And, you know, hopefully I've told you anything you wanted to know if you're watching this video for the same reasons that I was last year. Just, you know, if a person is a beginner and they're looking to enter into something like this, whether it's a kid or an adult or whatever, you want to find a balance somewhere of low price, because you don't want to sink a lot of money into something if you're not sure you're going to stick with it, or if your child is going to stick with it. But at the same time, you want it to be decent enough where they're going to want to keep going. If you buy something that's cheap, and it's just cheap, but it plays horribly, like it feels bad, it doesn't play, it hurts to play, or it's out of tune when you play it. You know, if it doesn't sound good and feel good, like it, the person is going to be discouraged, and they're not going to want to do it. And so they're going to avoid doing it, and then they'll eventually just quit altogether. you want to find a balance somewhere of where it's affordable, but still plays decently, and that. And I think these, I got a problem with these. These play good, and especially maybe you're like me, you have a home studio, you don't really even play bass yourself very much, but you just need a bass for your studio. And that's why I bought these. That's what they're for. So now when I'm doing recordings, I'll lay down a drum track myself, and then I'll lay down a couple of guitar tracks, and then I can throw in a bass track. And I don't have a bass amp, but I have a Fractal FM3 over there that I use for most everything. And I've already put together some bass presets. I can pick a bass head and a cabinet and all that. So that's how I do that. But anyway, next shots will be some over at the bench where we'll be kind of looking at this, and I'll give you some quick little snippets of me working on it, and then we'll just kind of have it at the end when it's done. But anyway, to the bench. Okay, so like I said over there earlier, this tuner had broken off, and so I have this one replacement that I bought, and that's the strings I'm gonna put on it. But that's that. See, the frets are kind of tarnished and dirty, and so I'll clean up the fretboard and polish those frets up pretty good, and it's kind of fingerprinty. So we'll do all that, and I'll show some little video clips of me doing some of that. There's a preview of what's coming next. That'll be my next video. Look, I'll let y'all guess what it's gonna be. Anyway, so we'll do that.
2,000 years later.
Okay, I got all carried away and just went ahead and did the work. I didn't really film any of it. There's plenty of videos of people on YouTube setting up guitars and basses whose videos are better than mine. The point of this video is mainly just to kind of showcase these basses you can get on Amazon and everything. And so what I did with this one, I changed that tuner. It was a drop-in replacement. The strap buttons were a little loose, tightened them. Took the strings off, cleaned everything, took the bridge apart and got all up in there real good, cleaned it. This bass really just needed a cleaning. Got the old strings off, polished up the frets with the Dremel, moisturized the board with some lemon oil and everything, then put the new strings on. Adjusted the neck a little bit because it did have a little bit of too much relief in it, and I thought it needed to be a little straighter. So I put a little back bow in it to get it a little straighter, and then I adjust the action down some because it had kind of high action. And last thing, as always, was the intonation. Just set the intonation. It intonated fine. It plays fine. Cleaned up real well, as you hopefully can see. Can you see that? The tuners look good. Cleaned up real nice. Anyway, there it is. So, again, I would say, you know, and really kind of the purpose of this video, I would just say that for the money, I think these Glarry things are good. I've seen in some other people's videos too, talking about like people my age and the entry level stuff that was around back when we were young. I mean, it was just garbage. I mean, and the very thing I was talking about that you want to avoid, which is becoming discouraged because it doesn't play well and it doesn't sound good at all. I mean, that's exactly how those instruments were. You know, the quality of these kind of things is way, way up. And I think this one's really nice. It plays good, sounds good. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Thanks for watching.